Good evening, this is Keith All, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn how to make a warp paper shadow in Photoshop. So in other words, if you see on the screen, we just have a rectangle here colored in red, and then below that we have like a shadow, and it's almost like a warped paper effect that has that little curve on the bottom. So let's see how we can create this. Let's go over to a new canvas. We're going to create a new layer. And then we're going to use the rectangle marquee tool over here. We're going to draw a rectangle. And now we get to color this rectangle any color that we want. So let's go over here. And now after we select the color, let's press Alt-Delete on a PC to fill it with the foreground color. Okay. Now let's press Alt-D to deselect it on a PC. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to duplicate this layer. Let's press Control-J as a shortcut, or you could click the current layer and drag it on to the new layer icon down below here in the layers panel. So now we got that. Now let's press Control T to transform on a PC, and let's select, either we could go up here to the options bar, select a warp, or let's press or right click on here and select warp. Now let's drag each corner down just a bit. Okay. Now let's press enter to apply those changes. Now what we want to do is we want to color this layer with black. So to get back to the default foreground color, let's press D for default, or D for David, and it changes the foreground color to black. Now let's press Control. We want to select this layer, but let's press Control and then click on the thumbnail to get the selection of this rectangle that we drew, and press Alt-Delete to fill the rectangle with a foreground color. Let's press Control-D to deselect. Let's drag this layer below this layer over here. Okay. Now let's press Control. We're going to select this black layer, which is the shadow layer. Control-T to transform. And let's adjust this layer just a bit. So I'm Shift-Alt and then click. Let's bring that in just a bit. Let's bring it down just a bit using the arrow key. Let's bring it up just a bit, Shift-Alt. Be right there. Let's press enter now. Okay, now we keep the shadow layer highlighted. Let's go to Filter, Blur, and then Gaussian Blur, and select the amount of blur that you want. I'm going to leave it at 6 pixels. Let's click OK. And now let's turn down the opacity of this shadow layer by going over to the layers panel and decreasing the opacity, and get it to the point to create the effect that you want. So that's how you could, one way you could create a shadow effect in Photoshop. So hopefully this tutorial gave you a new idea on how to create shadows for your projects. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't done so already, click on those bell notifications so you always get updated when I have a new video ready. And also please like, share, and comment. And I want to thank you for stopping by today and supporting my channel. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great evening. Bye now.